Hello, hello, hello! How are you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. I feel like this tripod is like really high. Okay, that's a little bit better. How are you guys doing today? Are you having a good day? Okay, it is currently, let me see what the time is. I'm uploading a video right now on my phone, which is sitting right next to me. It is 12 after 4. Filming a little bit early today, vlogging a little bit early today. My plan was to film videos on all of my channels, but I got up today and I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know what it was. I don't feel really sick at all. Do you ever just wake up and you just feel off? I just felt off today when I got up. I don't feel sick. I got good rest. I definitely didn't feel sick last night. Had a good night last night, and yeah, I just got a good nap, then got up and, you know, watched some shows and stuff like that. I just feel off today. I don't really even know how to explain it. And Alex went to brunch earlier, and then he like met up with another friend, and so he was like, he texted me, he was like, do you want to like Uber over here or like meet with us? I was like, I just feel off today. At that point, I kind of like decided that I wasn't even sure if I was going to film any videos, and he was like, okay. He's like, well, I probably won't be that long. So I've just kind of been sitting around, like I made the bed, and then I like sat on the edge of the bed for a little bit. I was like, Peter, you've got to start moving. You've got to like get it going, right? I just felt off. Like I felt like I said, I don't feel sick. I don't feel like sad or depressed today. I don't really know how to explain it. I kind of feel like I'm walking through quicksand a little bit. I just feel off today. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel off today. So anyway, I was like, my plan was to get up today when Alex was at brunch, and I was going to like film, or after he left, I was going to film videos on all of my channels. I had literally made a list last night of like, I think I even talked about that over here. I had a list of like all the videos I was going to make on all of my channels. And so today I kind of was like looking at my list, and I was like, okay, what do I want to make? And so I ended up making this drama video. That wasn't the video that I was planning on making for today. I was planning on doing like this kind of like real funny, like lighthearted video. And so I ended up doing this other drama video, and then I came downstairs and I was rendering that video, and then I was like, I think I'm just gonna go outside and vlog. Like I'm just gonna do a drama video and just vlog today. And then somebody's walking down the street. I can hear him loud. And so then I was like, I have so many TV shows I want to do the reactions to. Oh, it's my favorite neighbors. They're both walking today. Hey, how are you? Good. How are you doing? Good. Merry Christmas to you too. Did you have a good, nice Christmas?
We did. How about yourself?
Very nice.
Did you eat a lot of food?
I didn't eat a lot of food, but I had good food. Did you eat a lot of food?
No.
No.
But I never do.
This weather's nice, isn't it?
That's why I'm out.
Yeah, it's supposed to get like really. Hey, how are you? It's supposed to get nasty next week.
Yes. Yes. We're going to enjoy it.
Lots of snow, I heard.
Really?
Yep.
Snow?
Yeah, I saw this thing online that said that after Santa departs, the snow is supposed to come in. It's supposed to be like the 5th of January through like the 20th or something. We're supposed to have really bad weather.
No.
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 Well, have fun, you guys.
We will. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
You too. It's good seeing you. Before we know it, the pool's gonna be open.
That's right.
She said, that's right. Countdown to the pool opening.
Yeah.
And the pickleball courts.
And then I get to fight the school bus.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Hey, you too. She drives all the kids around, or all her grandkids. She takes them to school and stuff like that. She was telling me that one day. So, anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, so I filmed my drama video, and then I came downstairs and I was like rendering it. I was like, I'm just gonna go outside and vlog. And I like looked at the clock and I was like, it's like 3:45. Like it is still so early to like, you know, I was like, what are you gonna do with the rest of the evening? Well, I started this show last night and I'm real into it. And I'm like, I literally like started watching the first 5 minutes of it, and I was like, I'm so into the first 5 minutes of it. Please don't, somebody's gonna tell me how bad it is, I know, but like, I'm really like so excited because I've watched, oh, there's my neighbor dog. Hey, how are you? We did. We had a really nice Christmas. How did your second grade eras look go off? Oh, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see the pictures.
Have I showed you the
No. But you don't have your phone?
I have that on in my wallet.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't forget it instead.
Oh, what you really look like.
In second grade.
Oh, I get it. Oh, so you guys are like matching what you looked like back in the day. Oh, I think that's such a cute idea. I love that.
There's other people doing other things.
Yeah.
Like somebody may be doing the Taylor Swift era.
Oh, that's very smart. Okay. Have a good one. So they're doing like an Eras themed party, like for their Christmas. They do this every year. Like they do some theme for their Christmas get together, which I think they're so fun. And they're doing like this like Eras themed Christmas party. And so he's doing like elementary school era. Like he has a picture of himself from second grade. So he has like the exact outfit that he wore like in second grade for school pictures. And so he was telling me like what other people are doing. He can't tell me what his wife's doing. He said it's a secret. She won't like let anybody know until like the pictures are out and they go to the get together. But he just said, he goes, or somebody might be doing. He like kind of winked at me. I wonder if it's her. He goes, the Taylor Swift Eras, because you get it, like Taylor Swift Eras. That's cute, don't you think? That's such a cute idea for a theme party. Anyway, I like looked at the clock. I was like, it's 4:04. You still have like a lot of time. And then I was like, okay. Well, because I was rendering, it just got done. My drama video is uploading on my phone out here. It just got done. So I was rendering this, and I was waiting for it to get done. I was like, well, you could do like a review video. You could do a Peter Watt, I had all these videos. I was like, and then I was like, no, just pick one, and then go do your vlog. So I did my reaction to Biggest Heist Ever. That was on Netflix that I watched like last week sometime, and I took notes on. So I did that reaction, and then I came down and I rendered it. It's rendering right now, and then I uploaded this video. So today, I don't know, we'll see how tomorrow goes. Today I ended up just filming 2 videos. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about, the TV show. So, because I was like, what am I going to do? Just watch TV shows? So last night I started watching this TV show late. I was like looking through, well, let's get to the TV shows first of all. So after I vlogged last night, I went inside and I rendered the vlog, and then I started uploading it on the computer. I usually upload it on the phone, so it'll get like uploaded a lot faster. So I started uploading it on the computer, and it was like, it said something like 2 hours and 50 minutes, and I was like, I'm just gonna take a nap. So I laid down and I took a nap, and I don't even remember what time I posted it. I slept late, you guys. I had such a nice nap last night. I mean, I must have really needed it. I slept so deep, and I woke up, it was like right at like 1 o'clock, I think I woke up. I know people are like, that is not a nap. It is a nap. It is whatever I choose to call it, and it's Christmas, so I can do whatever I want. Or Wednesday. But anyway, going into Thursday. So I got up from my nap, and I was like, the first thing I thought when I got up from my nap is, I can't wait to go downstairs and read my Advent calendar books. And then the next thought I realized was, oh, you finished those last night. You don't have the Advent calendar books to read anymore. So I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to read? So, I came downstairs. Oh, I posted the vlog, and I was like, oh, this is 2 nights in a row that I'm posting a late vlog. So tonight, this vlog, I'm hoping to post earlier. So I posted the vlog, and then I like lit the candles downstairs, and I was like, I want to watch something. So I watched, the first thing I watched was called, it's a new documentary on Netflix, or not Netflix, it's a new documentary on Max, HBO. We call it, somebody yesterday called it HBO Max. I was like, well, I'm not the only one that says HBO Max. But it's a new documentary on Max, and it's called, it's, the made-for-TV movie that they did with, why do I know all the people's names, but I don't know. Anyway, it's about the Texas cheerleading murder plot. Okay, and they ended up making a made-for-TV movie with Holly Hunter about it. So, I watched that last night. It's actually really good. It's all from the girl's point of view, whose mother was the one that got arrested. It's all from that daughter, Shanna's point of view. It's interesting. I have a lot of thoughts about it. I mean, she really paints herself as like the ultimate victim in the whole situation, which I do think she is a victim in the situation of like what happened and how it affected her life. But I'm like, I mean, 2 people's lives are on the line, like, but I looked it up last night, and Amber and Verna, that were like, Verna was the mother and Amber was her daughter, that the ones that were targeted, like they live very, very private lives today. So maybe that's why they weren't in the documentary. I don't know. The documentary I thought was really well done. I watched so many true crime documentaries that, I was like, that car is like racing down here. I watched so many true crime documentaries. Like, the biggest heist ever was just pass. Don't even watch it. I'll just tell you right now, it's like the worst documentary in the world. Biggest heist ever was so bad. I can watch a documentary, I can tell you like in 5 minutes, like I'm either gonna love this or I'm gonna hate it. Like, I can tell you right away. And I got into it and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And let me tell you what got it for me was that each person that they would interview, and this is gonna sound so stupid, but if you've watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Each person, so they start the interview with Shanna, the daughter, who's now like, she's probably got to be like 5 years younger than me or something like that. But when the documentary starts, they start with her, and she's like, you've probably heard of my mom, and like they made movies about it, and blah, 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 whatever. It's very just like sit down in a living room, and she's talking, and she's like, but you don't know the true story. And so then it's like, oh, this is going to be the true story of what happens, right? So then they start interviewing a lot of people. They interview like the journalists that cover the story. It's like this one woman they interviewed, it's like sitting in like this diner. It's like, it says her name, but then underneath it, like written in pencil, like she wrote it, like Shanna wrote it, it says the woman that wrote a book about my mom. It's like each person is like introduced this way, like my uncle, my uncle that I didn't like. And I kind of like, I was like, this is like, I like when a documentary kind of like, okay, so the Speedway murders that took place in Indianapolis, that documentary, like I didn't really understand at first what was going on because there was like this dramatization, but they had characters that, like they had actors that played like the kids that were murdered, but then they were like the ghosts of the kids, like narrating the story of the true crime. I know it sounds kind of corny, but it was really well done. I like kind of documentaries that are done a little bit different other than just the same kind of way every single time. So I watched that. That was really good. It was like an hour and a half. Well, after I got done with that, that's on like the top 10 movies for Max. So I was looking at the other movies. I think like Dune. Is there a TV show Dune? I've never even seen those Dune movies. But anyway, so the top #1 movie is called The Number 2 Juror. And it has Toni Collette in it. And I love Toni Collette. So I ended up watching that last night. It's good. It's a thriller. It's a courtroom thriller. But I don't want to ruin it for anybody, so I won't get into a lot, but it's like a spin-off of like a courtroom thriller. I thought it was good. I was kind of a little surprised it was #1 with everything else that's #1 on HBO Max. Let's look and see what else is on HBO Max. I was kind of surprised. Oh, I just poured myself some iced coffee. Cheers. Okay. Top 10 movies. It's the #1 movie. Juror #2. Then Beetlejuice is the new one. I haven't seen that yet. Joker's #3. I haven't seen Beetlejuice or The Joker. A Christmas Story Christmas. I think I tried to watch that last year or the year before and I couldn't get into it. It was cute, but I couldn't get into it. Four Christmases. That movie's cute. I'm done with the Christmas movies. Den of Thieves. I don't know anything about it. Harry Potter. I haven't seen that one. Is it the first one? Oh, it is. Krampus. I watched the other night. Gremlins. I love that movie, Gremlins. 8-Bit Christmas. I don't know anything about that. And the top 10 shows are Dune. Dune. Hard Knocks. Don't know anything about it. The Last Resort. I think it's a reality show, like 90-day thing. Sex Lives of College Girls is #4. Harry Potter. Wizards of Baking. I don't know anything about that. Creature Commandos. Don't know anything about that. Before 90 Days. There are so many 90-day things. I just can't even get into it. #8 is called Head. #9 is Alien Files. And #10 is Bookie. Okay, so I started watching a show called Head last night, okay? And I was like, what is this show? Like, I've never heard of this show before. Apparently, it came out in 2020. I don't know what it originally aired on. I don't know if you can see, but I'm like literally like right at the very beginning. Because I started it. I watched a trailer, and then I started it, and I was like, oh no, I'm saving this. Because it's 6 episodes, so I was like, I'm binging this tomorrow night. So this is what it's about. Polaris 5 or 6 Antarctic Research Station. Following weeks of radio silence and a long polar night, Summer Commander Johan Berg's worst fears, are confirmed when he returns to the base and discovers a gruesome crime scene. So what it's about is, it kind of reminds me a little bit of The Last True Detective with Jodie Foster, but that took place in Atlanta. That took place in Alaska, and this is in Antarctica. And so it's about this team of like scientists and researchers. So when it starts, it's the last day. I guess Antarctica has, what did it say, 187 days of total darkness. And so it's like April something, and it's the last day of sunlight that they're having. So they're having like this party outside this research station, and like half of them, I think the majority of them are leaving. It's like 10 of them are staying behind. And so I can't ruin the show for you guys because I've literally only watched like the first 10 minutes, maybe not even that much of it. So the guy that's like in charge of the place, he gives a speech, and he's like, For all of you that are going to enjoy the sun, there will be like 10 of us that are staying behind because the research must continue. And then it flashes to something else, and that's when I stopped it because I was like, this is so good. Because in the trailer, it shows like they show up to this like research place in the middle of nowhere, and there's like, it's like this crime scene, and they're like, what's happened? Like, where do they go? Like, they keep on saying, where are they? Where are they? It reminded me of True Detective. So I don't know if it's like a supernatural show. I don't know if it's like a serial killer show, but I am so into it. I was going to watch Station 11 because I've never watched Station 11. That's on my list. And I wanted to watch something kind of like a little scary or dystopian. So, but I started that last night. So I saved it. I saved it for tonight. So I'm really excited about that. So that's what I'm going to watch. Oh, by the way, if you've never seen, what is this called? Love and Death. I think it's with Elizabeth Olsen. Is that her name? What's the actress's name that's in it? Is that my husband? I thought I heard the garage door. It is 7 episodes. It was really, really well done. Why is it not saying who's in it? It says restart. That is so good about that Candy woman. There's 2 of them. One's with Jessica Biel, and the other one is with, is that her name? Elizabeth Olsen? I don't remember her name is. But anyway, both of them are really, oh, the new White Lotus is coming out February 16th. Traders is coming out, I think, January 3rd. The new RuPaul's Drag Race is coming out like the 3rd or 5th. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm watching. Has anybody seen the Showhead? I didn't put on my Ugg boots or my coat because it was not that cold outside, and now it's starting to get a little chilly. So I'm like, I wonder if I'm gonna have to go inside and put on a coat. Should we go in? Should we go in and see what the temperature is? If I had to guess earlier, I would say like 50 something, but now it's kind of getting a little breezy outside, so let's see. Okay, here, this is what I was talking about the other day when I was talking about the premium weather channel. Stay ready for winter weather, okay? $19.99 first year, upgrade to premium and be prepared for the holiday season. What does that mean? I don't think I got any comments about that. Oh, it's 51 and cloudy outside. Let's see what the rest of the week is gonna be like. 51 tomorrow, 56 on Saturday, 50 on Sunday, Monday 49, Tuesday 49, and then it drops down on the 1st to 33, 29, 27, 30. Ooh, it is going to get cold. Ooh, it's going to get so cold. So tonight I'm going to watch that show. Alex was supposed to go to this like work thing tonight, but he's not sure he's going to go to it anymore or not. He's like, I might just kind of stay home and relax. He's like, if I do go, I'm only going to go for like a half an hour. So yeah, and he didn't really do a whole lot last night. TikToks, and I think he watched like 1 show or something like that. So apparently the housewives were on, oh, I'm lighting the candles. Here's the eucalyptus candle. Apparently the housewives were on this week. Here is the, I think this is the Portage candle. The housewives were on this week, so we've got the housewives to catch up with. I know Beverly Hills, and I don't watch Potomac, but I know Potomac was on. Hold on a second. And I would like to read tonight. I also would like to take a walk tonight. That's my other plan, is to, what is going on? These candles, you guys, I was so excited about. These Our Own Candle Company. The wicks break off. Do you see? I just broke the wick off. I mean, I was kind of, but it's like, even when I like cut it, it like cuts way down real, it will still light. But I've had problems with these wicks, the candles. One of the reasons why, see, it's still lit, but one of the reasons why I hardly ever use these lighters, of which I have like 2 packs of like 6 in there, is I have the ones that kind of like bend and whatever, but I also have these cheapies, is because the shorter ones I think work so much better, but they can't get like down. See, like this candle, like this can get all the way down here, but the other one can't. Did I just get wax on that? Probably why they never work. No, it still works. But I don't like these. Like, do you guys have problems with these too? Like, I feel like they don't always, like, you have to push them real hard and they don't work. The shorter ones that you can get at the gas station, they work real. You can probably get these at the gas station too. What are the brand? What's the brand of these? Kingsford. They're like for lighting. They're like for for lighting grills and stuff like that. I just don't love them. I just don't think they're that great. Anyway, part of what I felt like when I woke up today was that I felt so like my skin was dry. And I fixed the humidifier. So the past couple nights we've been using the humidifier, like, and it's been going like all day and stuff like that. But I felt like real dry. My lips have been real dry. I don't know if it's just the colder weather or whatever, but my, like, lips were, like, chapped and stuff like that. What else did I do last night before I lay down? Oh, I talked to Tanya Jean for a long time last night. Tanya and I talked for a long time. I feel like everybody that Tanya and I know is sick. We were talking about that yesterday. Everybody that we know is, like, sick. So yeah, that's what I did last night. Lit the candles and I watched those shows. It was nice. It was kind of like nice just to like sit there and watch, you know, because usually I watch shows that I'm like, unless it's like something that just came out. But I like to find a show that I've never heard of before. So like when I'm going to bed and I'm like, oh my god, and then I'm excited because like today I have the show to watch. But like last night watching those two movies, especially the documentary I loved. And it's so interesting because at one point she talks about how, this was kind of weird. She talks about how she went, so she sold her rights. It's interesting they talk about that. They talk about her selling the movie rights. So there's a lot about her dad in it, so I won't get into all that in case you want to watch it. But she ends up going to the movie, the made-for-TV movie with Holly Hunter, the premiere in Los Angeles. Which, like, that whole thing is so bizarre to me. That, like, your mom is in prison for attempting... I don't think her mom was in prison at that time. Maybe she was. I don't know. But she goes to prison for attempting to, like, for capital murder, conspiracy for capital murder. And then you sell the rights to your movie of your story. Holly Hunter plays your mom, and you go to the movie premiere? Like, it seems so weird to me. So anyway, so she goes here, and she was like, yeah, she was like, the hardest thing was that Holly Hunter didn't want to meet me. I was like, this is the most bizarre documentary. Oh, I'll tell you the most bizarre part of it, though, was they had this one journalist, and I loved this woman. Okay, they had like 3 journalists. They had the woman that wrote the book about it, and then they had 2 other journalists that were like covering the story. None of this will ruin it for you. But they had 2 other journalists that had like covered the story from the very beginning. They would like show clips of them interviewing people and stuff like that. And this one woman was like, is there ever like a crazy, like, you know, there's a crazy story that you cover and it will stick with you for the rest of your life? And she's so funny. And she says, she goes, right before this happened, she said there were these like 2 girls that were like abducted, and I don't know if they were killed or what, but by this guy, but he also ended up being a clown. And then she's like, but then this happened and this was crazier. And I was like, what's your measure of crazy? I think that's pretty crazy, right? And she's like, nothing really happens because it takes place in the suburbs of Houston, if you didn't know. My head is like itching. Look at all this. That'll be the other thing on my list tonight. Take a shower to get all this product out of my hair. Anyway, I was going to do that last night. I was going to take a shower and put on my cozy pajamas, but my nap went. Ma'am, you have to prioritize your naps, okay? My nap went way too long last night. So anyway, yeah. So tonight, I don't know what. I mean, we might watch The Housewives if he doesn't stay at this thing too long, or if he even ends up going. Or we might save The Housewives for tomorrow or Saturday. I don't really care. I'd like to take a walk tonight at some point. So my 2 goals, I've like kind of had to like figure out my like Audible. So I want to finish Maximum Ride, the James Patterson book. I want to finish Fangirl manga 3 or 2 or whatever. I think it's 3. I'm like halfway through it. That's the other one I want to finish. And I want to finish Maximum Ride. I want to finish The Christmas Tree Farm Mysteries Book 5 by Jacqueline Frost, because I want to keep up with those, because she'll probably put out another one next year. I know whenever I say that, people are like, no, she's done writing them, and then like a year ago, people said that, and then she put another one out. And I want to finish The Blue Hour by Paula Hawkins, which I'm going to have to restart, because I stopped it to read the Christmas ones. And then I think the other Christmas books, I'll just wait until next year. Unless we get like a really like bad snow or something like that, and then it like kind of reminds me of Christmas, and then I will, and then I'll listen to one of the Christmas audiobooks. But I'm not feeling Christmas anymore. Even though the wreath is still up, I'm not feeling Christmas anymore. Christmas is over. So we officially said that in the title of my vlog last night. Christmas is over. So I think unless, I mean, like, it's 51 degrees outside. It looks like early spring. I mean, there's no snow. It's dreary, but it's not like, I mean, I mean, you could have shorts on and you'd be cold, but you wouldn't be, like, freezing, you know what I mean? So I don't know. But I don't think I'm not really in the mood to read any more of the Christmas books. I did have this thing last night. Like, this is so like Peter Monn as a kid. I was like in the kitchen, and I was like, I'd gotten done like trimming the wicks of the candles and lighting the candles, and I was like making a cup of like tea or coffee, I can't remember, before I got it must have been coffee because I was getting ready to watch the John Benet Ramsey. I was getting ready to watch the cheerleader movie, and because I had a cup of coffee while I watched that. And so of my new coffee that Marissa sent me, oh my god, it was so good. I forgot how much I love that. Whatever she sent me, the sugar cinnamon cookie, oh my god, by Green Mountain. That coffee is so good. It's so smooth. The only way I can explain it is it's like smooth. It's like just very smooth. It's such a roast. I don't know about the roast, but the blend, smooth. It's the same thing. I don't know. But anyway, I was standing in there and I was like, my flowers, so my sponsor got me this like big huge bouquet of flowers for my sobriety birthday. And there's like this Christmas bouquet. And it had like, I wanted to tell you guys about this anyway. It had like roses in it, and it had stargazer lilies, which are like my favorite flower, one of my favorite flowers. I love hydrangeas too. And then it had different stuff in there. It was beautiful, and this like white like vase that had like these snowflakes on it. And so, but they were like dying, and so I was like, okay, I gotta like take this down. So I put it in a trash bag, take it out to the trash and stuff like that. But I was gonna tell you guys this like a week ago, because I always talk about how like I can't stand roses. I walked in the kitchen one night, like a couple roses, like an arrangement like that, I live for. Okay, I think roses are pretty. Whenever we're at Costco, so the saying, stop and smell the roses, like I take some things and I do them literally. So when Caroline and I are at Costco, she always thinks it's so funny. Costco has the most beautiful roses for the cheapest price if you ever want to get roses, but they have like all different colored ones. Yellow ones, red ones, white ones, blue ones, purple ones. They have all different kinds of like roses that are like dyed and all kinds of stuff. They're so pretty. But whenever we walk by there, I always stop and smell like the roses and then all the other flower arrangements. It's free. Why shouldn't you know? So like to have a couple roses in a flower arrangement, I don't mind. But the reason why I do not love just like, if like Alex would bring home like 12, I mean, and I know people that love roses, okay? But if he would bring home like a dozen roses or something, well, first of all, he knows, like, I love, like, spring and summer flowers. I don't consider roses that. But the other night it hit me. I mean, I already knew I don't like roses, but when I walked into the kitchen, I could smell it. So when my grandma passed away, a lot of people had sent, like, dried flower arrangements and some other and so my mom, like, brought home some of, like, the dried flower arrangements that had, like, roses and baby's breath in them, but it was, like, dried roses. And so, like, right off of our kitchen was, like, it's exactly the same. I don't know why this never occurred to me. It's exactly the same size as our pantry. It was, like, this 4-shelf, like, it was a pantry door, but we didn't keep food or anything in there. It's actually where my mom kept some of her liquor. But she put all these flower arrangements. I can remember every time I would walk by that door, I would smell those roses. And I'd be like, oh, God. It reminded me of my grandma's funeral. Because when we walked in the funeral home, there were so many roses it just smelled like, I mean, it just reminded me of that. So roses always I consider them funeral flowers. I walked in the kitchen the other night, and I was like, and it's weird, because I can stop at Costco and smell them, right? But like in the house, it smells different. So I walked in the kitchen the other night, it's like when I got up one night, and I was like, oh my God, because I wanted to tell you guys, because I was like, I've talked about why I don't like roses before, and I was like, this is a perfect example. I walked in the kitchen, and just the smell of like, there was like 3 or 4 roses. And they were very pretty. They were like red roses with these dark, it was a beautiful arrangement, but just as like 3 or 4 roses, oh my God, like it took me back. It just like took me right back to my grandma's funeral, which was like my grandpa on my dad's side, his funeral was the first funeral that I went to, but my grandma's funeral was like the first funeral I didn't really understand I was 5 at my grandfather's funeral. So my grandmother's funeral when I was 13 was the one that like, I mean, I had a relationship with my grandpa, but like it was like going to visit my grandpa for this, like in the summer when I would stay with my aunt and stuff like that. It wasn't like a real close relationship. My grandma I had a real close relationship with. And I just had such a hard time with that funeral. I could hardly even walk into the room at first and stuff like that. So I have a lot of like vivid memories connected to that. And roses, the smell of roses are one of them. And it's because my mom brought home those flower arrangements. And I can remember I finally said something to her, and she was like, why did you not tell me that it bothered you? And she just like got rid of all of them. But like that closet continued to smell like roses, like the like dried roses after that. So whenever I smell dried roses, it always reminds me of that. Rose scented stuff, which I don't love. Rose scented stuff always reminds me of like an English bath. Like I don't know why, like powder in an English bath. But I don't mind rose scented stuff. I wouldn't buy it for myself. Like I wouldn't buy like rose lotion or rose soap. Like I don't love it, but it doesn't remind me of the flowers typically. Like dried roses are what remind me of that, So I still think they're pretty. I just don't love them. They're not my favorites. So Anyway, I was remembering it the other day. So last night I went into the kitchen and I was like, this flower arrangement, the Stargazer lilies. I was actually going to cut it apart because I was like, take the Stargazer lilies and put Alex, and this is the thing, Alex is so sweet. He buys me Stargazer lilies, but he cannot stand the smell of them. So every once in a while he'll buy, the camera stopped. Every once in a while he'll buy them for me, but he cannot stand the smell of Stargazer lilies. He was just like, he doesn't like him at all. I don't know why. I love the smell of them. Maybe it's the same thing with him, like with the roses. I don't know. He doesn't ever really give me an answer. He's just like, oh, I don't like how they smell. So anyway, Alex likes, and it's interesting because Alex likes like really tropical flowers. Back in the day when we first started dating, I bought him a lot of flowers. Like I bought him, I would go and like the birds of paradise. Like I would send him flowers to work a lot, and I would get him like the birds of paradise and things like that, and he loved like really colorful tropical flowers. He didn't really care if they smelled or not. I don't think birds of paradise really smell, do they? But he loved those. And the other one that kind of looks like, it's like, you know, anyway, he loved all those tropical flowers. the leaf that kind of looks like there's like, you know, a penis coming out of it or what. You know what I'm talking about? It doesn't really, but it's like a tropical flower. But then there's the bird of paradise that looks like a bird and all kinds of stuff. He loves all that stuff. So whenever I bought him flowers, that's typically what I buy. And he likes like really tropical ones. But Alex also loves greenery. Like in the summer, like he's like, when I buy flowers and stuff, he's like, yeah, they're pretty. He's like, but if he was going to like do it, he would do like all big like plants with big leaves. Like he loves like that. He doesn't love like flowers. Like when we go places, you can smell like the bougainvillea at resorts and stuff like that. He's like, I'll be like, oh, that smells so good. And he's like, yeah, I just like green. He likes just greenery. He thinks greenery is so pretty. But I used to buy him a lot of those, but we don't really buy each other flowers that much anymore. You know, every once in a while, I will or he will, but not very much anymore. For a while, I was like, I'm going to buy my, not so much in the winter would I do this. I think in the summer, I probably will start doing this again. I was like, I'm going to buy myself like a bouquet of flowers once a week, like when I'm with Caroline. Because at Costco, like their bouquets are big, right? And so if you buy like a big one that has like all different kinds, like the summer flower arrangement, you can cut it up into like 4 vases. So I can put like one in the kitchen, I can put like, you know, one in like by my little workstation at the table, and then one in the bedroom and one in the bathroom upstairs. You know, we could have like 4, I like it. I mean, when I did it that one time, Alex was like, I think it's pretty. He's like, it's nice. He's like, it brings in, you know, all this stuff. So the pom-pom hydrangea stuff, I love those so much. And a lot of people say they don't smell. I love how they smell. But anyway, just very springy. My mom loved tulips. I love tulips too, but they don't last. So anyway, so last night I was standing there, and like one of the Stargazer lilies was doing okay, and it had like an unopened part to it, and the rest of it, like all of them were dead. And I was just like, just throw it away. So I bagged it up. But then that was when I got kind of sad about Christmas. I don't know. I was like cleaning up the kitchen, and I was like putting stuff away, and like, you know, kind of came in just like from Caroline's and just like put everything like on the counter, and I took stuff upstairs, and I just got real sad for like, it was just like for like 2 minutes. It was like, I was just like the advent calendar books and I didn't watch all my Christmas shows I wanted to, and I was like, and Christmas is over, and I was like, and Christmas is over, you know, and I had a good Christmas. I don't know, I can make myself sometimes real sad about nothing at all, if that makes sense. You know, it's like, do you ever do that? I mean, there's real things that I can get sad about, but then it's like, I sometimes want to make myself sad about nothing at all, like Christmas being over. Christmas is over for everybody. It's going to be New Year's, and then spring and summer. It's like, I've got good things coming all the time, and I want to focus on the good things, you know? I mean, I want to focus on the excitement of all that. I'm excited about going to this wedding on New Year's with Alex. That'll be a lot of fun. I have no clue what I'm going to wear yet. Alex said to me yesterday on the way home, he was like, so I got to figure out what I'm going to wear at the wedding. And I said, me too. I said, I might have to buy something because I don't know what I have. Like, if I have a suit in there, like, the last suit that I bought was for Fufu's wedding, and it's navy blue. The theme of the wedding is all black and white. So I don't know that the black suit that I have in there fits. I probably have one, but it's probably way too baggy, and I have another one that's way too small. So I am probably going to have to go buy another suit. And so Alex goes, okay, can we wait? Can we not wait until New Year's Eve to do this? Can we, like, do it, like, I was like, we can do it, like, on Sunday or Saturday or something like that. He was like, okay, let's not wait until Tuesday to do this. I was like, that's fine. So, probably sometime this weekend we'll head over to Macy's or the mall or something and look at some suits for me. Here's my deal with suits. I really want to wear something comfortable. Actually, I think it's Tommy Hilfiger. I'm not a big Tommy Hilfiger fan, but Tommy Hilfiger, I believe, has this pair of dress pants that are stretch, and they are so comfortable. They actually look really good on me. And so I think they have like all like matching suits with that stretch material. So I may get a black suit in that and just wear like a white tie. I mean, it's like you can do like variations, like you can wear like gray or whatever. I may just do a black suit. I think it's like a very dressy wedding, like tuxes, and we're not wearing tuxes obviously, but like the people in the wedding. So, but I also don't want, I mean, I don't know, like how do you dress for a wedding and wear black and, you know, I think the theme is like black, white, and gold or something. I don't know how you wear black and white and not be confused that you're part of like the, I don't know, maybe I'll get like a dark gray suit. So it's not confused that I'm like in the wedding, you know? Anyway, it'll be fun. I'm excited about that. We know like 2 other couples that are going, so that'll be real fun. And we're sitting at like the same table as them. So at the reception. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be something different to do for New Year's, you know? Yeah, but I got a little bit sad last night. I was kind of just like, I don't know, Christmas is over. I was like laying in bed last night before I took my nap because that picture of Boo Radley, so Caroline, if you didn't watch my vlog from yesterday, she had a picture like made for us of Boo Radley. It's like this painting. It's beautiful. The next time I vlog inside, I'll show it to you guys because it's like sitting like on the table right next to the computer. I mean, not next to the computer. It's like the buffet table where we have all the pictures. We put it up there because we were going to put it on the mantle, but we already have pictures over there. It's beautifully done. It's absolutely beautifully done. But both of the pictures, the one that Alex had his, like, he commissioned his friend to paint for us, that's on the island, or on the mantle, and the one that Caroline had done, both of them, like, are taken directly from pictures of Boo Radley that I have on my phone, and they both look so much like Boo Radley. I don't know, like, last night I was laying in bed, and I just was like, I just miss the little guy so much. You know, when I stay busy throughout the day and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm reading books or watching shows or whatever, I kind of don't, like, stay fixated on it. Like, I think about it, you know, like, I'll see the pictures and whatever and I'll think about it. But it's not like I'm, like, fixated on it 24 hours a day. But, like, when I see pictures or I look through, like, it makes me real sad. I miss the little guy so much. It's very quiet here. Even when Alex and I are both here, you know, we're just watching TV or something. Like, you know, when we were watching TV before, like, Boo Radley was doing his laps around. He'd, like, look up at us or whatever. You know, he'd go lay in his little bed in the corner or whatever. He didn't not very often either, but he would, like, you know, jump on the ottoman and lay, you know, next to Alex, and Alex would hold him and stuff like that. And he'd come over to me, and I'd, like, hold him if I was laying on the couch or whatever. If Alex was on the couch, he'd hold him. You know, he loved to be, like, around us when we were watching TV. And so it's weird watching TV now and just not having, like, in the kitchen drinking, like, this is how he walked. He trotted, you know? And so he would, like, walk in the kitchen and he would, like, drink some water, and then he'd come through and just be like, hey, how are you guys doing? You know, we'd take him outside in between shows and stuff. It just feels very quiet in the house. Very, very quiet. So, I don't know. I just don't, like, I've said that to a couple of my friends, and they're like, I think you're maybe ready to get a dog. And I'm like, I don't feel ready to get a dog yet. I just don't. I don't know. And like I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday in my vlog, it's like, maybe it was the day before, it's like not for any one reason. Like, I feel like I have like 20 reasons why I'm not ready to get a dog right now. I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. I would love to have a dog here, like, running around, you know, and I would love to have something to, like, give my attention to and take care of and stuff like that. But I just don't. I'm just not ready for it yet. I don't know. I'm still, like, in the grief of Boo. And, like, you know, a lot of people will be like, well, maybe that would help you. You know, I've had friends of mine, and I know, like, a couple people have reached out to me in DMs, and they've said, I didn't want to comment this because I didn't know how you'd take it, but, like, maybe it would be good for you to get a dog. Maybe it would help you through that. I'm completely aware of that and cognizant of that, you know, that maybe getting a dog would, like, help me, like, move through the grief and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just not. Like, definitely having Boo and Tucker when Pee-Pee passed away really helped a lot. And then when Tucker passed away, having Boo Radley here, and like us focusing all of our attention on Boo Radley was, like, really, really helpful. So I'm sure if I had another dog, it would help with the situation. I I don't know how to explain it other than just to say this. I miss him on such a deep soul level. Like, when it hits me hard. Like, I just miss the dog on such a deep level that I just don't feel, you know, I would rather be in the house and it be quiet and all that kind of stuff than miss him like as horribly as I do. I mean, I really, really miss the little guy so much, you know? So, yeah. I think the thing that's hard is, like, we're coming up on 2 months, you know, of it, like, the end of this month, is the 29th will be 2 months, right? And so, I thought that by now I would be further along, I think, is where I'm at with it. I thought that by now I would be further along kind of in the grief process of, I don't know, maybe not feeling it as deep as I feel it now. But I haven't, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's still there. I think also, like, when Alex and I talk about it together, it's not good for us to talk about it together because we both get so emotional when we talk about it that we do, and we'll, like, share pictures with each other and videos and stuff, but I think it's like we both felt so strongly for this little guy that when we talk about it together, it's like it pulls all of our emotion together, you know? I don't know. Caroline said yesterday when we were at Christmas, it was just like her and Alex and Alex's mom and I sitting there at one point, and she said, so where are we, like, because, you know, Caroline's somebody that, like, I mean, Caroline would have 22 dogs if she could. She would rescue 22 dogs. She loves them, you know? And so, I think I was, like, holding Mabel. I love Mabel, and her dogs are so, I love all of her dogs. She's got a huge dog. I don't know if you guys know this, but Caroline has this huge dog. And, so, Caroline was like, where are we at on the dog front? And she, like, looked at Alex, and Alex is like, I told Peter he can get as many dogs as he wants, but they'll be his dogs. They won't be my dogs. He's like, you know, Caroline's like, she's like, Alex, she's like, Mike says the same thing. They're Caroline's dogs, they're not mine. And she's like, and then you know, he gets so attached to the dogs. And he's like, I'm sure the same thing will happen with me. He was like, you know, but she's like, so where are we on the dog front? I said, Caroline, please stop. I said, I'm not there yet. And she's like, okay. So she's like, it's really hard. When she came here the week to pick me up the week after he passed away, or that 2 days after he passed away, I think that was that week she picked me up, and she was helping me bring stuff up. I looked at her, she just stopped, like, before she came up here, just tears, and I was like, and she's like, it's so weird him not being here, you know? I feel so blessed with the animal relationships I've had in my life, but also the people that I have surrounded myself with, you know, like, are such animal lovers. I mean, such animal lovers, you know? And, I just feel like all the people in my life are just, I don't know. I don't really understand people that don't. It was so cute, because the other night, like, you know, I was by Preciosa's side pretty much the whole night, but at one point, like, I was, like, helping, like, clear off the, like, the dining room table and stuff like that, and she was, like, asleep on the couch in the living room, and Alex was, like, on his knees, and he was like, Preciosa, and he was, like, in her face and stuff like that, and she, like, got all real excited and whatever, and, like, and he was just, like, let me tell you a secret, and he was, like, telling her real, and he was just like, and because, like, it was all candlelit, and he was, like, on his knees, like, by the couch, and he was like, you know, she was on the couch, and he was like, right, and he was like, okay, Preciosa, let me tell you a secret, I'm your Tio Alex, and it was so sweet, and I just was like, you know, I feel so blessed that the people in my life, I don't really have anybody in my life that doesn't like animals, you know, from Caroline to Mel, to Tanya, obviously, to Alex, to Nikki, to all my neighbors, I mean, everybody, you know, in my, Caroline. Hey, how are you? I haven't seen you since pickleball ended.
What?
I haven't seen you since pickleball ended. How was your holiday?
Great. How was yours?
It was very nice. It's really nice today.
It is.
Yeah.
People out.
I know there's a lot of people out. It's supposed to be nice the next couple days. I just looked at the weather, and then after the 1st, it's supposed to dip down and get cold again.
That's too bad.
I know.
You have a happy New Year.
Hey, you too. Enjoy. I like your hat.
Thank
She was so sweet. So when I couldn't do my walk, she's her best friend. So she's the reason that my neighbor, the griller and the gardener, she's the reason why they moved in here, because she was friends with her. And then when the condo went open, she like told them, and so then they got it. So anyway, when I was in the hospital and I couldn't do the walkway, that's when, I think it was when I had pancreatitis, the one that just walked by and my neighbor across the street, they came over here and we did the whole like front walkway and stuff. Wasn't that so sweet? She's so nice. She's so funny too. Like, do you ever like meet people that you don't, like you wouldn't assume that they have any kind of sense of humor whatsoever, and then you start talking to them and they're like absolutely hilarious? I know that she didn't show up. Oh my God, this candle, I can just like, this Palm Springs Oasis candle, so strong, so good. Oh my God, the Monte Carlo Hotel, which I've never stayed at, but I just like walked in. Did I ever stay there? Or was it just the, my ex and I played Keno there one time, and they ate at like 4 o'clock in the morning in the little diner that you go in, it was to the right. And the Monte Carlo doesn't exist anymore. But anyway, that smells like it there. She's really, really funny. I've like talked to her about, so you know like when you meet people and like you wouldn't expect them to be funny, but they're like real funny. I was talking to her about pickleball one time. The neighborhood, like most of the people, it's like kind of divided. Like people are either, like my neighbor across the street, he's very serious about pickleball. So the neighborhood is split. Like people are either very serious about pickleball or they just do it because it's like something fun to do in the neighborhood. You can see how that fares well on the pickleball court, right? And the people that are real serious are like, nobody's taking it serious, and they get like real mad about it and stuff like that. Oh my God, the HOA drama. Are you guys ready for the Christmas HOA drama? Okay, so they put an end of the year letter out, right? This was the big Christmas HOA drama this year. I can't believe I forgot to tell you guys this because this was several days ago. So the president, who is stepping down, like wrote like this, so it's like we get this newsletter, okay, like once a month, but this was like the end of the year newsletter where they informed us that our HOA fees, I mean, they had already informed us, but to inform us again, and like in 4 paragraphs explain why the HOA fees need to go up, which I still don't understand, but whatever. But it was like 3 pages of like the president's like exit letter of like enjoying their time as the HOA president and stuff like that. But then it was talking about like things in Indianapolis and like things they didn't like and things they had done through the holiday season. Like they had gone to see this like concert at such and such place, like a Christmas concert, and in their opinion, very subpar and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it was very it was like an opinion piece, but it was in a neighborhood HOA newsletter, okay? I cannot tell you how many people have come by and like when I'm sitting out here getting the mail or whatever, like all of my neighbors, like every single one of them except for her. I don't even think she reads it. Oh my, no, she does, because we're talking the pool thing was in there. But I was like, did it just flash at the halfway mark? No. But all of the battery's not at the halfway mark yet. Now I'll say that and watch, it'll go in like a minute. But all of my neighbors have said something to me about it, and other people have walked by, they're like, did you see the president's letter? And I'm like, so I hadn't, like, at first, right? You know, I just, like, got it. It was in the mailbox, and so I, like, brought it in. I think it was, like, I think when she said it to me, she was, like, one day, she was like, did you see the president's end of the year letter in the newsletter? And I was like, no. And she goes, oh. Like, she's, like, laughed. I go, what, is it that good? She goes, lots of opinions. And so, like, was it her that said it to me? Who was it that said it to me? Because we were talking about, because then I think maybe she said it to me, and then I went and read it, and it said it about the concert hall. It's the Palladium in Carmel is what it was. They called subpar. And then I said it to her. I can't remember I don't remember how that was, but anyway, it was so funny. I've had so many people talk to me about, why are we even doing the newsletter? The newsletter's stupid. So like every month, they also put in there something like some crazy fact about somebody, and it'll be like, I always get so into it because, you know, I love true crime. And so I, like, try to figure it out. But by the next month, I've already forgotten. Okay? So it'll be like, I'm just trying to give you an example. I'm totally making this up, but one of them did have to do with motorcycles, but this wasn't it. Okay? It would be like, what resident who's lived here for, like, 10 years rode a motorcycle in Sturgis from the years 1979 to, like, 2010, and it's always like somebody random that you would never guess, like some little old lady that like is like 85 now, you know. And I live for them. It's always like, who was an extra in Porky's? It's like the craziest stuff, okay? It's like, I'm making all these up. But like, like there was somebody in here that was like an extra in like 3 movies. I was like, holy shit, like... But they always have these like fun facts at the very end about like the neighborhood and all this kind of, or like somebody in the neighborhood. But then what it typically is it's like the president's letter, which is literally like, I would say the first page, but this time it was like 3.5, 4 pages. I mean, front and back, we're talking like 8 by, you know, like school paper, right? So front and back, 3.5, 4 pages of like a letter of what they think about all of the festivities of Indianapolis. It really had very little to do about the neighborhood. And then there's like the landscaping report, which is they're doing bids. Did I read this to you guys the last time? Who was I talking to about it? Because I feel like I read this. Did I read it on video? They're doing bids for snow removal. Okay, so this cracks me up so much. This is the other HOA drama. Did I ever talk about this on here? Maybe I already talked about this on here. Did I do the winter HOA drama and I talked about this? Okay, so this is the other drama. So they're upping our HOA fees, okay, because of like, there's multiple reasons they gave, okay? And so the HOA fees are going up by $30. Well, which is really $40, because if you pay it online, it's like a $9.99 fee. And like you can't send it in, you can't take it through, so you have to pay the $9.99 service processing fee, which is so weird to me. So anyway, well, it wouldn't be $40 because you already pay that, so it'd be $30 going up. It's whatever. I said something to Caroline about it, and Caroline was like, I had already talked about this on here when I was like, I compared the oh yeah, I did, because I compared the HOA fees. Okay, so people are already up in arms about the HOA fees going up and all this kind of stuff, okay? So then in the newsletter, did I talk about this on the news? Did I talk about this? On the newsletter, they talk about how they are doing bids, all right, for snow removal in our neighborhood and how much it'll cost. Okay, so what did I find out? There's like 103 condos in this neighborhood or something like that, or 111. That's a lot. I thought it was a lot less than that. I thought it was like 88. Maybe it is. I don't know. But anyway, the neighborhood is small, okay? It's literally, it goes like, it's a crazy, okay, it's like, the street goes down here and wraps around, then it's down to the pool, okay, then it's this main street, and then it's one cul-de-sac, and then it's a street that goes around to the other side of the pool. That's it, okay? Not a lot of snow removal. Every neighborhood around us, when the snow falls, the city plows come in and clean it like that. I mean, it's like, our neighborhood, it's like, I mean, it's like ice and snow, and for weeks. And then, unless it melts, and then the neighborhoods outside of us, like, as soon as you get outside of us, are completely clear. Like, dry roads. It's the most bizarre thing. Hold on a second. Who is texting me? So it's like the most bizarre thing. And, so anyway, they're doing this whole like bid thing, and the bid is apparently like, I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know why we are not like giving a bid to some guy that has like, him and his son have like 2 pickup trucks and plows, because that would be like perfect for a neighborhood. You could literally plow the street in probably 20 minutes, like the streets, 20 minutes to a half an hour. And then for the driveways, I mean, we don't, like, they usually don't do our driveways. They're acting like they do our walkways and our driveways and all this kind of stuff, only if it's like super heavy snow. They hardly ever do that. They might come through the street. So here's the deal. It has to be over 3 inches, and they won't come out and do the snow until the last snow like flake has fallen. Well, usually by the time that the last snowflake has fallen, if it's over 3 inches, okay, it's the next day and it's beginning to melt. So there's really no purpose for that. But to have the snow plows, like the contract, you have to pay for the contract, okay? So now we're going with like a more expensive unit that still won't come out here until the last snowflake has fallen, okay? I don't know why they don't recruit. I don't know. It's just like, get like 2 different like mom and pop kind of people to come out here and just like do it. Like, you could pay them a lot less, and they move so fast. I mean, I see people all the time around our neighborhood that have like plow, not in our neighborhood, but like outside here, that have the plows in the front of their trucks, and they work for like their own company and whatever. Like, that would be like perfect. Our neighborhood is so small. I don't know why we have to have this big professional unit, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, your walkways and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, they don't hardly ever do our walkways or our driveways anyway. And half the people in here have like snow machines where they just like, or, you know, snow blowers where they just do their own driveways. One of my neighbors like he did, I think, all of our driveways last year when it snowed the one time. It's not like we have that much snow. Well, we're like doubling the snow contract that we paid last year. So now they're kind of like trying to include that and why the HOA fees went up. And people are like, well, we didn't need to do that. We're only supposed to have like maybe 2 or 3 more snows, and none of them will probably be big anyway. And so we're like paying like double what we paid last year for snow removal. When last year, if you guys remember, we had like 1 snow the entire year. There was no reason for it. For 1 snow that we're like doubling our costs, they're just using it as an excuse. This is what people are trying to figure out, is that a lot of people in the neighborhood, so like the new people that are doing landscaping, the woman that like got them on to do the landscaping, she had them do like private landscaping on her property. Like she had them come in and put like shrubbery in and things like that. And so I'm sure talking to them, she's like, oh, well, you know, like I'm on the board, I'm connected, I can get you guys to be our new landscaper. So she had them put in a bid. Well, they probably knew what the bid was, because she said probably, you know, I'm assuming like bid lower than this, and so they got the bid. People are pissed at the landscapers. This is how it works in here, okay? It's like whenever they want something done, they go to somebody that they know, and then we get screwed, and everybody wonders why our HOA fees are going up. Well, people are catching on now. And people are pissed because it's been like the same HOA board that is like rotated through the years. It's been like the same 5. And every time somebody like tries to get on the board, they don't, like, it's like between an old member. So this is what you can do, okay? So there's like 10 people that sit on the board here, okay? Well, have sat on the board. And what you do is there's 6 spots, okay? I think, like, okay, I think the president is 2 years. So anyway, it's like there's 6 positions. There's like secretary, vice president, president, treasurer, landscaping manager. There's like 6 spots, right? I don't know what the other one is. And you can be on each of the spots for 2 years, okay? So you can sit on every spot. You could stay, if you're voted on, for 12 years, all right? All you have to do after that 12 years, if you, like, let's just say if you're the president and then you want to go, well, usually they end on the president. But let's say if you are like, you start as a landscaping manager, okay? And then you go and you want to be the secretary the next year. And then they vote you in a secretary. And then if you want to be the landscaping manager, and I think once you're president, you can't do it anymore. Like the president is like when you're done. So you can like shift around. Like our landscaping manager, she's been the landscaping manager forever because people don't want that position. I don't want that position. And so, and a lot of people don't. So then she'll like get voted in as secretary, and then they'll say like, we don't have anybody for landscaping manager. And she'll be like, I'll take it on. I'll be kind enough to take it on. And she does a fantastic job. She does. She does a fantastic job at it. But it's how she stays on the board. And she's never been president. So then she never has to get off the board. But I think, like, after the end of 12 years, if you are president, all you have to do is step off the board for 1 year, and then you can get back on the board. So it's been, like, the same people on the board forever. Well, here's the part of it. It was so funny because I was talking about it not too long ago, and somebody said that they were on their HOA. Somebody commented on my video and said they were on their HOA board and it was pure hell, and it was, like, total drama and whatever. Well, that's what everybody hears about the meetings, and it's constant fighting between these 6 people. And so nobody with the right mind wants to be on this board. Nobody does. I know you guys are like, Peter, you should be on this board, you should be on this board. If you guys heard about the board, like, I'm being completely serious for a second. Like, my friend in the corner that I go to the pool with, she's like, Peter, she's like, I'm telling you, don't do it. She's like, it's literally like once a month, and it's like 4 to 6 hours, and she's like, and all they do is she's like, it's not funny like you see on a TV show. She's like, it's constant, and she's like, it's constant fighting and complaining. People bring up the most trivial things, and you have to have the annual meetings. She goes, plus you get all these calls, and she's like, so you're constantly getting calls depending on what position you hold. So if you're landscaping, everybody with any landscaping issue is calling you. If you're the, you know, treasurer, anybody with the money issues about this is calling you about why are HOA fees going up. So they get all the calls about it. She's like, you're not going to enjoy it. She goes, I know you think you're going to change something or do something good. She goes, I think it would be nice for you to meet some people, but you're going to meet those 6 people that are sitting on the board, or those 5 people that are sitting on the board, and you already know them. So there's no reason for me to be on the board. Every person, like my neighbors across the street, I said, this is what we should do. I said, they should get on the board, you guys should get on the board, and I'll get on the board, and her husband will get on the board. And I said, then we'll just take over the board. None of them, they were like, see, we're going to take over the board. And none of them were like, they wanted to be on the board. They were all like, no, I'm not. None of them. She was the recreation, it wasn't even a board position. She was the recreation or something person. And like, they wouldn't even like donate any money to the HOA. I mean, they wouldn't like, I said, why don't we just have each person donate like $10 a year? $10 a year, okay? and to do like the annual party. She wanted to do Christmas caroling last year. She had all these different ideas for stuff that we could do. She used to arrange these concerts and stuff, and she had all these different activities. Well, she couldn't get any money for it, and all the flyers she had to print out and pay for. Which, by the way, they found out that all the flyers that they put in our mailbox come out of the HOA fee. Okay, so that's another huge issue. They're like, why are we putting flyers out about every notification in the world, plus the newsletter? You guys are paying so much money to print out these useless things we're putting in the mailbox. Like, we don't need that. Like, just why are we paying all? The camera stopped. So people are pissed about that, which I think is kind of funny. But anyway, oh, somebody's leaving my neighbor's house. I've never seen this person before. I'm getting nosy. They have like, oh, it's the guy that does all their construction on their house. I think it's his wife or his girlfriend. They're really super sweet. Oh, it is him. Yeah, it is him. Because they were going to come over, like we were going to, I was going to have him do some stuff for, he redid their entire kitchen and did an amazing job on it. It's beautiful. He's like very, very like specific in what he does. But anyway, it's just funny. So this is kind of like the division, and so like with my neighbors, like when we talk about the HOA stuff, it's very humorous. Like, my neighbor in the corner, she was like, Peter, like, I'm telling you right now, don't get on the HOA board. Because her husband's always like, Peter, you should be on the HOA board. They think it's, like, real funny and stuff like that. Hey, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Good.
Hi.
Hi. They always think it's, like, real funny and, like, oh, you should get on the HOA board and stuff like that. He does. And my neighbor, her husband thinks it's funny, too. But both the wives are like, don't do it. It's, you know. But, like, all of us, like, her, too, like, we all kind of, like, laugh at it. It's all, like, the HOA drama is kind of funny, right? But there are some people that take it, and like my neighbors across the street, like they think it's kind of funny too. But there are some people that take it very, very serious, like real super serious in the neighborhood. I can't believe that we are past the hour mark and the battery hasn't gone to the halfway mark. This must be my good battery. So I had 5 batteries, and then I lost one, did I tell you guys? So I was down to 4, and then the 4th one like was not working. So I have it in like anyway, so I'm down to 3 batteries now. And I thought I had other batteries up there that I hadn't opened yet, but I don't. So I have to order some more batteries. But anyway, major HOA drama. Funny. It was funny because, like, when you walk around, like, there are certain things you can do. If you guys live in a condo HOA, some housing HOAs are like this too. So outside of our neighborhood, okay, all of the houses, well, 2 things. All the neighbor, like, on this street going up, like, once you leave our neighborhood, the street that goes up, that I walk on, they did this thing where they have, like, these red bows around their mailbox, okay? So I wanted to do it, like, 2 years ago or a year ago with all of just us, but I couldn't find those ribbons. So then I talked to her, and I said, I think it would look so pretty if everybody in the neighborhood, we don't even have to do red ribbons, we can just keep it, you know, completely, like, holiday and do blue or something. I mean, it could be anything, you know, it doesn't have to be, like, religion specific. And I said, if we all just did, like, you know, some kind of, like, bow on our mailbox, like, you know, for the holidays. And she said, I would love to do that. She's like, there's no money. Like, they will not give us any money in the HOA fee for that, to do that. And I said, well, who wouldn't just buy one bow that you can keep every year to put on your mailbox? She goes, a lot of people won't do it. I said, seriously, for our neighborhood to look beautiful like that? Our neighborhood's pretty anyway. They used to have all these things up where it's like, you could only use, like, certain colored lights and stuff like that. Do you guys live in a neighborhood like that? Or you can only have them on certain things? That always cracks me up when people go crazy like that. Something's going on over here. Oh, this must be the mail. No, but the mail already came. What is this truck? Trash doesn't come today. So it's not the trash truck, but I heard like some huge truck. But when you go out of our neighborhood, the trees, or the mailboxes are beautiful. They all have like these beautiful, I mean, and they're big red bows. They're like red bows and they have like these big bows sitting on top of them. But the other thing that happened, I think Caroline and I noticed it last year, but they did it, it's like 10 times as worse this year. I should actually do a walking vlog and show this while they're still up, because they don't take them down. You know those blow-up Santa Clauses that you can get, that have like the air in them, you know, that you can get at like Costco and, you know, Walmart and stuff like that? So, like last year it was like a couple houses. Caroline and I were counting the Santa Clauses the other day. It must be like a joke in the neighborhood outside of us, because there's literally like like 10 or 11 of those blow-up Santas. I mean, there's so many of them. I'm talking about 10 or 11 blow-up Santas in probably 20 houses, okay? Like, it's a lot of blow-up Santas for, like, that small amount of space. It cracks me up. I think it's hilarious. And Caroline's like, I think they're so obnoxious. I think they're so ugly. I go, they would be if it wasn't so hilarious that they have, like, so many of them. I mean, it's literally like Santa, 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 like, in a row. It's hilarious. I love it, you know? I mean, once you kind of go that way with decorations anyway, and they're so, like, tacky and garish, it's kind of funny, you know what I mean? Last night we were coming home from Caroline's, my favorite, you know, the woman that I love that has my favorite house in the neighborhood. Her Christmas tree, from you can see it. It's like she's got it right in the front window. It's so beautiful. I love, like, when you're, like, walking or driving by people's houses, you can see their Christmas trees in their windows. But her Christmas tree is so pretty, and it sits in her front window. And so we were driving by last night, I said, Alex, I said, can you just, like, slow down real quick? I, like, looked over. So pretty. But anyway, Christmas is over. Christmas is done. Now it's just HOA drama. Now it is HOA drama and, hey, how are you? That's a little dog that looks like a big Boo Radley. He's such a cute dog. I just got stuck for a second. Could you feel that? I was in my head thinking about little Boo Radley. The guy's, like, super friendly. He always, like, whenever he walks by me, he always is, like, he's, like, on his phone talking like this. Like, he's, like, his little dog just walks in front of him. He doesn't have him on a leash or anything. The dog stays right by him. It's real sweet. Now it's all the winter HOA drama. My neighbor down here is, like, my pool crew people. They are bringing in all these, like, their grandkids must be staying because they're, like, getting stuff all out of it. It's like, what are those called? Big wheels? Do you guys remember those big wheel cars? It's like big wheels, but, like, one of them's like a, what do you call it? What's the thing that you pull? I can't think of that. I totally do not want to Google a thing you pull to put stuff in. What's that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? But anyway, it was like the big wheel version of it. What's that called? God, I'm losing my mind. Somebody please put it in the comment section below. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, you pull it behind you, you know? Anyway, what is that called? Why can't I think of what it's called? But anyway, he had, like, a big wheel that had, like, this big, huge thing on it, like, you steer it that way, and then it was like a, what's that thing called that you pull? I have to look this up. I know it's not going to come up if I Google search a thing you pull. What's it called? I know some of you guys are, like, shouting it at the camera right now. It's driving me crazy. What is a thing you pull? I don't want to say tractor, but a thing you pull and put stuff in? You Google pull and and what's it called? Why can't I mean, I'm literally losing my mind. And put stuff in. I know you guys are screaming at me. Wheelbarrow? No. What's it called? Push and pull for kids? No. No, it's not. What? Okay, it's all coming up push and pull. What is that called? Oh, here, there's a picture of one. What is this? What is this thing? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's not a push and pull. Oh, there it is. This is what I'm talking about. What is this called? Why can't I think of what that's called? Okay, let's go to this website and see what it's called. Push and pull. Walker 18 months. Why can't I think of what this is called? This is driving me crazy. Favorite push and pull toys for kids. Vacuum. Oh, the ad just came up. Wheelbarrow. No, not a wheelbarrow. Why did it just go off of there? What is that called? Wagon! A wagon! But that's not what it's called, is it? A wagon? Pull wagon. It is, because they're pulling them up. It's a, let's see if it, kids. Anyway, it's a big plastic one. Radio flower toy wagon. This is what I was talking about right here. But there's like a plastic one with like big wheels. I've never seen one like that before. This is it right here. Step 2, large folding wagon. Have you guys ever seen this before? Well, okay, here's a different version of it. Does this say Radio Flyer on it? Oh, it does. It's like this. It's like a big wheel version of one. I've never seen that before. $26.94 at Walmart. Oh, there's all kinds of versions of it. Anyway, a wagon. Well, I've lost my mind of the wagon. Wagon wheel. Well, I can't think of the lyrics to Wagon Wheel. I love that song. The Darius Rucker version and the Old Crow Medicine. Why can't I think of the lyrics? Well, I know somebody's singing it. We're going to sing out on Wagon Wheel lyrics. It's how we're going to end the vlog today. Are you ready? Heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm number 1, thumbing my way into North Carolina. Staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, everywhere, any way you feel. Hey, 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 mama, rock me. I added that part. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, 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 mama, rock me. That right there just proves that when you think that you can sing really well to a song when the song is playing, but when the song's not playing, you can't sing well at all. Because when I sing Wagon Wheel, I'm like, I got it. I can sing it. But that just proved I cannot sing it. Okay, I'm going to get off here now. And I'm going to go get my other 2 videos up. And then I'm going to render this and get this up early today, hopefully. So I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I hope that you have a relaxing evening. If you had to go back to work today, I hope that your work day went swiftly and smoothly. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!